What's up, folks? Gabe Montgomery, 10 Horse Money YouTube channel, and I'm out here at Cedar Lake. Had a lot of rain last night. Might be fishing a tournament this weekend. A little Sunday USA Bassin deal. Not sure. The weather's supposed to get really, really bad, but I wanted to come over here and look at this water conditions. We had quite a bit of rain Saturday night, and then we've had some more rain. We're at in the end of November, so it's still fall, kind of transitioning into the winter. Just curious to see what the water color looked like and what the water temperature was. You can see the water's up pretty good. It's got some stain to it. Just dropped the boat in the water. It's still pretty clear. This lake is really cleared, really cleared up over the summer. They did a riprap project on this lake a couple years ago, and that riprap really cuts down on the sediment entering the lake. But mainly just wanted to come over here and look at the water levels and the water temperatures. You know, you get a lot of cold rain in the fall, it can really drop that water temperature. Hoping it's still in the low 50s, because that's a good temperature to get some bites. The wind's blowing out here, overcast skies. There may be some storms kicking up again in a couple hours. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on the radar, but I've got my rain gear, got plenty of rods. We're gonna go out and see if we can get some bites. I'm gonna try some shallow stuff, see if any of these fish have moved up shallow. The mats are kind of dissipating. You know, you get a lot of rain, water rises, and it kind of knocks the mats off of their foundation, and it'll even get up above that grass that was topped out. And basically, as that grass grows, it gets taller and taller, and typically in the fall the water level drops, so that stuff just kind of lays over, and that's where you get a lot of your mats at. And when that water rises, it straightens all that out, and it rips all that algae and that dead decay off the top of the mat, and it'll just kind of drift around out there. So you kind of lose your mats when the water level comes up. We're here, we're gonna go out here, check it out, and hopefully I can catch a few fish. There we go. There we go. Nice fish. That sucker's all spotted up. Sweet. There we go. Good quality fish on the spinnerbait. That feels good. It's on that big thumper. Just broke it out. The water's a little bit too clear for it, but you come through the right area and you get a bite. So nice fish. All right, guys, catching some fish on this big spinnerbait, and I want to know what you think I should name this spinnerbait. I've been fishing this the last couple years, and it's a really good bait when the water's cold, but I don't have an official name for the big thumper. So leave some comments, let me know what you think I should call this bad boy. Well, it is a beautiful day. Water temps are 53 degrees. I got 53.8 back here in this little cove. And I'm trying to get a big bite. I think if I put that 3/8 ounce white and chartreuse spinnerbait on, that little War Eagle, I think I can get some more bites. And I may do that here in a little bit. But I'm trying to see if I can pop a big one. So far I've caught a couple nice ones, but I need something in that 4-pound range. That hasn't happened yet, and they may not be up here shallow. I'm trying to take advantage of this wind and stuff. So I'm just bouncing around in these coves. I'm trying the backs of these coves to see if there's any fish that have moved back. I'm not seeing a whole lot of bait in any of these coves, so I'm probably going to end up running back in the creek maybe. See if I can locate some bait. I mean, most of the bait's out a little bit. Found some bait. This bait is out. You know, all the bait I'm seeing is out here really deep in 30 foot of water, basically. You know, 25 to 30 foot of water. It's definitely where the bait is at. Fortunately it's not up in the grass anymore. So I need to probably start looking out deeper, see if I can get a deeper bite. See, we got some pretty good balls of shad right here. I'm seeing a few little arches mixed in here. I'm not seeing a bunch of bass yet, but I haven't really been running this stuff, so it's at least I know where the bait's at. But anytime you get a day that's overcast and you've had some rain, you got some wind, it never hurts to try some shallow grass and stuff to see if some of those bigger fish have moved up. But that's the update. The water's not that stained really. I went back in Pomona back there and it's still pretty clear. So, you know, that's probably why I'm not getting as many bites on that big spinnerbait. You need that water to be pretty dirty, like 2 foot of visibility or less for that to play. But I'm thinking there's enough wind out here that if I get in the right spots, it'll break it up and I can still get some bites. So we're gonna get back after it. So you hit it right at the boat. Look at these fish, they're all spotted up. Look at the spots on that fish. Got a black anal fin there. Tail's all black. The whole side's all black. Another nice fish. These fish are really feeding up, they're fat. Cool looking fish. You know, Egypt's got a lot of these spotted fish, and I'm starting to see more and more in Cedar. Good looking fish. You see that right there? That, my friends, is some juice. I'm gonna share with you some juice right now. I haven't talked about this much. Had a lot of people asking me about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you. This right here is a big fish bait in the wintertime. It's kind of underutilized. Not a lot of people do it, and it's kind of condition specific. So let me kind of explain when I will use this. Let me tell you what it is first. Okay, this is just a 1/2 ounce Cumberland Pro bullet head spinnerbait. I've modified this. I put a size 7 Colorado blade on there, and I've got a big swim bait on there. Deadly, man, deadly at certain times. Boom, look at that, baby. Nice and long. Give me some of that. Dang. Awesome. I thought I was done a long time ago. Pulled in this little area. Caught 2 nice fatties out of here. Check that baby out. Thick. Thick, thick, thick. Boom, look at that, baby. Yeah. Last minute toad. Look at the spots on that thing. So you got to have the right conditions. I'm fishing this in the winter time when the water gets really stained. If you live on a lake that has stained water, you're good to go any time of the year. But around here, the water's pretty clear. But there are times in the late winter, January, February, March, where we will get some of these heavy winter rains, and the water's cold. You know, the water's in the low 40s. Typically, Alabama rig jerkbait stuff, right? Or finesse football jig. But when that rain comes in and it stains up the water, the jerkbait and the A-rig go away. And this is something that I've played around with the last couple years that kind of replaces that, especially, you know, when those fish are up there a lot shallow, which typically happens when you get some stain. Those fish will kind of work their way up, especially when they're thinking about getting close to that early pre-spawn. It's a little bit early right now. Water temps are like 48. But I wanted to go ahead and share this with you because it's not something that you can just go out and buy. You have to kind of make this. And I got a video coming out where I make one of these. I'll show you how to do it, tell you where to get the stuff. It's very, very simple. But this is one of these things where you're not going to get a lot of bites, but you're typically going to get bigger bites. Holy crap, look at that. Look at that. Jesus. So that is my first fish out of my new boat. Look at that. Dang. What a fish, man. He crushed it, man. He almost broke me off. What a tank. Good God. Whew. Man, that is amazing. Look at the size of that. That is a fat fish. Look at the mouth on that dude. Wow. And as far as my equipment, I'm going to be bumping up to 20-pound fluorocarbon. I'm still going to be throwing a 7-foot medium heavy rod. You know, pretty stiff rod. It's got a little bit of tip to it, but pretty stiff. You want something pretty solid. And 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. Pretty standard stuff. The main thing to remember about this spinnerbait is most of the time I'm fishing around grass or laydowns, and it's all about keeping this thing as slow as possible. Give those fish time to react to it. They can feel it. Their brain is cold. They're moving really, really slow. The metabolism is slow, but they will eat a nice big juicy meal if it comes by. I'm thinking gizzard shad probably. You know, I'm no fish or a biologist, but that just makes sense. It's a nice big profile. I've got living rubber skirt on there. I have to tie this myself. You know, I'm still working on it. I've tied better ones, but that one will work. It's all about just the big profile and making sure that your bait runs properly. But that living rubber in cold water, it just seems to have better action for me. I've tried the regular silicone strands, and they'll work. You know, they'll work. If you can't get a hold of this stuff, that's fine. That will still work. But I think that living rubber just has a little bit better action. Aha! That's the deal, man. I'm telling you right now. That is the deal. That's another nice fish. Another nice solid fish. Jeez. But white and chartreuse is the only color I mess with. That dirty water. And a size 7 gold brass Colorado hammered. I don't know that it matters. You want a pretty light wire spinnerbait. I think this is 3500s maybe. The spinnerbait or the swim bait is another key thing. This is the Berkeley grass pig. Okay. And the color is called Pearl White Silver Fleck, and it's kind of it is a really stiff swim bait. I mean, look at that tail. That's kind of pitiful. Definitely wouldn't be throwing this on an underspin or an A-rig or just a straight jig head. But you don't want a lot of tail action from what I found. You know, you don't want a Kitech on there that's all over the place. You want some slow action, and it's really about lift. The swim bait gives it some lift, and it gives it that big profile. So you got a really big package there. Your bigger fish aren't going to hesitate to suck that thing in. Caught another giant on the spinnerbait, guys. This is amazing. Let's let it go. Beautiful fish. Super heavy right now, man. Look at those red lips. Look at that red lips. You always hear about that. That's really all I got for you. I just wanted to share that with you. I'll be throwing this thing around in the winter coming up when this water gets a little bit more stained. It doesn't work. You need about 2 foot visibility or less. I've thrown it around in clear water, and I mean, you'll get a bite every once in a while if it's really windy, maybe cloudy. We've got those conditions today, and I may throw it around a little bit, but it really shines in that late winter period on through the pre-spawn and even during the spawn. You know, as long as the water is 2 foot visibility or less, this is going to get you some bites and some big ones too. So that's all I've got for you. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Really appreciate you guys supporting me through all this. Subscribe if you have not, and give me that little thumbs up. That really helps the channel grow. It's been a great adventure. That's all I got for you. Until next time. Holy crap, look at that. Jesus. Dude. That fish hit right by the boat. He must have been following my spinnerbait. God, scared the crap out of me. I just looked down and I seen this big head, and I just paused long enough and he grabbed. Look at the size of that fish, guys. Good God. I mean, that is a late winter tank. Awesome, awesome, awesome.